Hi, this is Lisa Rangel with Chameleon Resumes, the premier executive resume writing company, and thank you so much for joining me today. Today we're going to talk about signs that you may be losing your job. It's a tumultuous climate out there. It's challenging every day, and some of the activities that are happening in your place of employment could be signs that you really need to prepare yourself because your job may be on the chopping block. Now, my mantra is be prepared. And if you have one or two of these signs out of the four, you may still be okay. But my belief is to simply be prepared. You just never know. And although the topic of this video is to prepare for if you may lose your job, being prepared also helps you capitalize on opportunity as well, which will be in a future video. So make sure you stay tuned and come back next time. But the first sign, or one of the first signs that could be evidence that you may be losing your job, is that your boss tells you. Now, this may sound like a really strange number one reason, but I actually spoke with a client last week who said, their boss had mentioned to them that things may be winding down, the company's running out of funding, and they're really not sure if they're going to get that next round. And it's one thing to believe that things can turn around. You know me, I really try to be a very pragmatic optimist, but the key there is pragmatic. You still need to prepare yourself. And if your boss is mentioning that runway is short, you absolutely, while believing that things can turn around, need to prepare for the other option that can happen. So just make sure you're listening and you're prepared. The second sign that could be that you are losing your job is that things are calm. Now, this is not to say that when it's calm, you need to not rest. But if your company is not doing well, if your company is under a ton of pressure from competitors or from regulators or any other scenario that makes it very, very challenging at your organization, and you are feeling a long period of calm, that could be a sign that you are about to lose your job. If it's calm and you are cash flush and things are okay and whatnot, obviously you're never going to take your eye off the ball, but that could be a place where you can rest. But if it's a long period of calm, it really could be a calm before the storm. So just make sure that you are, keeping eyes and ears out, and that you are still kept in the loop for what's going on in the organization. Which leads me to number three. Number three, the third sign, or a third sign that you are you might be losing your job, is that you are being left out of meetings. If you are normally included in meetings and then all of a sudden not included in meetings and activities are going on without you, you just have to wonder. So again, it's just a sign to be prepared. And that's key, is to be prepared. And then a fourth sign, and Lord knows this list can be 8, 10, but for the sake of keeping this somewhat to a reasonable length, we're going to touch on 4. But a fourth sign that you could be losing your job is that you see if there's any activity with certain partners or vendors or suppliers that may be being brought in as an acquisition. And if that acquisition of that, vendor, supplier, partner could cause any redundancies that would put your job at risk. So just always be on the lookout to see if your organization is looking for efficiencies by bringing certain partners, or again, vendors or suppliers, in as part of the organization as an acquisition. Where would that leave you? And just make sure you're always thinking 2 or 3 steps ahead if you start seeing some of that activity that could cause a redundancy that could leave you out on the lurch there. So these are some signs. I just think it's prudent. It's absolutely prudent to be resilient. And we're going to talk about career resiliency in my next pop-up career chat. So again, my pop-up career chats are free. There's no charge. We don't sell anything. I bring an expert in to talk about topics related directly to or tangentially related to being an executive and doing an executive job search. So make sure you join me for the next pop-up career chat. And this way we're going to talk about career resiliency. So this way you can weather any storm that comes your way. So again, I'm Lisa Rangel with Chameleon Resumes. I thank you so much for joining me. If you know of someone who will benefit from this video, please share it. And if you like what you've heard here today, I'm going to ask you to like the video. If you have any questions about your particular scenario, please DM me or comment below, or you can email me at lr@chameleonresumes.com. And make sure you subscribe to the channel so this way you don't miss next week's video. And we're going to be talking about how to capitalize on opportunity and other scenarios that, doesn't always have to be bad. We want to prepare for the good too. So make sure you join me next time, and thank you for joining me today. Take good care.